Can you spot the price bubble in the U.S.? This is Andrew Stotts of A Stotts Investment Research, and I'm going to walk you through 6 different prices to understand if there's a bubble in the U.S. Consumer prices, wages, commodity prices, oil prices, stock market prices, and home prices. Let's take a look first at CPI, the Consumer Price Index. You can see that it has risen by 2.2% on average per annum since 2001. There's a slight uptick in 2021, but still it's a very steady ride. I have rebased all of the prices back to 100 in 2001. Next one. Wages have just barely outpaced CPI. You can see that wages are up 2.6% per annum during this time. Again, I've rebased prices to 100 back in 2001, so we have a comparable index or chart. Let's look at the next chart, and this one is a chart of commodities. Now, commodities have risen a bit more. We can see commodities were up on average 3.1% per annum, but they only just outpaced consumer prices. Of course, commodities are a component of consumer prices, but certainly they have not been a great investment. In fact, it's only recently in 2021 that they've started to tick up. So let me ask you, stop right here. Do you see a bubble in CPI? No. In wages? No. In commodities? No. So let's continue on. What's next? Next, we're going to look at oil. It's one component of the commodities index. Now, oil, again, I've rebased back to 100 in 2001, just like the others. And you can see from this chart, it's crazy volatile. And in fact, 90% of the gain that you get from 2001 to today all came in the past year. What we can see is that oil prices are up 90% in 2021. You had a 2008 recovery which fueled oil prices in that post-2008 period. And then you had the fracking revolution which crashed down oil prices, and now they're coming back up. Is there a bubble in oil prices? What do you think? The answer from my perspective is no, but you won't know that answer until you look at the next. The next, you can see the stock market. Now, I've rebased the stock market index. This is the S&P composite. I've rebased it back to 2001 at 100, just like the others. And what you're going to see is that stock prices are up 7.1% per annum. Very good performance over this period of time. And in fact, they're up 75% since 2018. The rich are just getting richer. Why is it? Well, you have near zero interest rates since 2008, which has supercharged the stock market. Also, value of a company is increased due to lower discount rates. And then the third thing is companies have lower cost of funds. And the next thing is that they get faster revenue growth when things are pumped up in the economy. And finally, higher profits. Companies make higher profits when their interest costs are low. So is there a bubble in the stock market? Well, it definitely looks like it's more of a bubble than everything else we've looked at. But, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to go to our final and 6th item. Are you ready? Here it is. This 6th one is housing prices, which are up a massive 544%. You can see housing prices were up 9.8% per annum. You see, in America, government-sponsored secondary market for home loans, meaning Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, means there's a guaranteed buyer for loans. Every loan that a bank gives, they can sell it. And so you have a giant sucking sound coming from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, offloading mortgages from the banks into the government, ultimately. And how can you resist a 30-year fixed loan? My niece just got one at 2.9% fixed for 30 years. In fact, a 30-year fixed mortgage is a great inflation and currency hedge, because as inflation rises and the value of the currency falls, you're paying back in dollars that are worth less. So not surprising. You stimulate the housing market, number one, by reducing interest rates to the absolute lowest. And then you provide all kinds of other benefits, and then it's a good trade. So now, that's 6 charts in about 6 minutes. Can you spot the bubble in America? You got it right. It is the housing bubble that's coming again, and they've created it again. So be careful. Make sure you're selling now or you're ready to hold for a lifetime. Let me know what you think about asset prices in America right now in the notes below.